Alright, what I'm doing today is fixing up this side step here. What's happened is the owners ran over something and it's buggered it all up, and so this is what I'm going to do. The damage is done on the other side where the nuts go, so rather than making brackets that move over and so forth and just too much drama, I'm bolting straight through the top. It's going to make it for a stronger connection. I'm using the button type bolts, so it's nice and smooth there. It's not about looks, it's about strength, but it's not going to look too bad either. Now the back ones didn't get damaged. I've already looked underneath that, so I don't need to touch them. I just need to go through the front here, and the front mount is all bent up like that. So I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to use the square tubing to replace that part that I cut off. And I'm going to bring the square tubing down a little bit as well, so this will make for a stronger mount once that is done. And once I've cut that off, I'm going to get a hammer, straighten this back part here out so that's all nice and ready to use. Tap that straight again as well. So just wanted to show you the repair that I'm doing for this, because it might be useful for someone else to see. So we're getting there, almost ready to weld. Now I'll just show you what I'm doing here. I'm just winging it. I'm not using a measuring tape. The bit that I cut off that I'm replacing, basically I'm going to replace the hole, put the bar all the way along the bottom. It's going to give the whole thing a lot more strength. Now using the last point of cut off point down there, if you can see it, yep, it's the same to the end there. Just use a bit of spray paint just to spray through the hole to get one hole lined up, so that's easy done. So now it's just a matter of clamping and get into the welding. Okay, that's the finished product. So a couple of good welds on there. Don't need to weld all the way along. I even had some leftover touch-up paint from when I've worked in this car before, so painted it the same colour, make it look part of the car. I'll put it under now and bolt it up. Okay, I'd just like to mention, if I didn't have a welder, all I would have done was drilled 3 holes along that angle, and I would have just used nut and bolts to fasten that all together. So you get away with just using nut and bolts. I happen to have a welder handy, so it just made that job a little bit easier for me. Drilling a few holes and putting nuts and bolts in isn't all that hard either. So that's it. And in case you're wondering why I decided to drill a hole through, is at this angle here, I would have to make a new angle for bracket to come this way to be able to slide the nuts into here to bolt this back down, which is doable, or just drill a hole straight through, which is easier, and it also makes it stronger. And that's it, job's done. Stronger than I bought one. And got the couple of bolts there, and I had to replace one further down. It's supposed to be a high tensile, but under a lot of pressure it snapped, so I replaced it with a high tensile one, but that's okay. So that's all done. I'm not going to get any stronger than that. Now what I'm just going to try and do is put a jack underneath the front here just to see if I can straighten that out. I won't put too much pressure on it, just enough to try and see if I can straighten that there. I'm not going to go too much into it, just put the jack under there. I'll let the jack down first, then I'll put the jack underneath here, see if I can push it up with the car's weight, and you know, if it doesn't, it doesn't. Well, you can see that I was able to straighten it out a fair bit, but I can't go too far anymore because you can see that it's starting to stress here. If I was to force it to come straight any further, I'd probably kink it because it's been stretched. So that's good enough where it is. It's not going anywhere. That's really strong now. Alrighty, well that's it. So thanks for coming here. I really appreciate you watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.